Hi everyone, welcome to another Industry Experts Chat. I've just had a 30-minute Facebook Live with a colleague of mine, Tom Squires, and we've been talking about everything video. Now, I wanted to just keep Tom for a few extra minutes just to create a video for this channel, just to give you some top tips really about what we were talking about when it comes to filming video on these primarily. So let me go straight to Tom. Tom, can you just introduce yourself and just tell us a bit about what you do?
Hiya, thank you, Rachel. I'm Tom Squires. I've been a videographer for well over a decade now. It's getting closer to two. But essentially, what I do is I take the whole sort of thing from idea, filming it, and editing that video that we shoot down into something that is ultimately engaging and watchable, and sort of conveys messages clearly. That, in a nutshell, is what I do.
Excellent, thank you. Now, if people want to watch the full video where we talked in depth about things, then head over to my Facebook members group. But for this video, we thought it would be fun to chat a bit about some of the sins when it comes to making videos. So some of the common mistakes we see. So I'll start with my pet hate, and it's this: when people film with a phone, they film with it like this. So you get that gorgeous shot, Tom, don't you? That's a lovely shot. That
Just sucks. Just
is that
absolutely sucks. And the way you were holding it as well, so you get barely any image on screen. You will notice even on a square that doesn't fill the square very well. Like it's just not very good at doing it. Whereas you go like that, it's so much better. It fits so nice. It's such an easy and simple thing, but like it just instantly gives it away. Because if you film it like that, people just might think, oh, it's just been really compressed. That's all it is. But as soon as you do that, phone.
yeah. Yeah, and the angle, that nose cavity, that up the nose shot is just awful anyway. So what are the other things, Tom? What are the other mistakes that you see people making?
Always, always, always. Light is the problem. People filming with the sun blazing behind them, or they film in front of a window because they think the view is going to be really nice behind. And like, I totally understand it. Yes, it genuinely will be really lovely, except your phone won't see it. Not unless you're going to be turned into just a shadow, or you will be exposed, and everything is just going to be white behind you. And it takes what is something that you really wanted to show, and it's gone, which is it's just a real shame. And then the other one that is just so frustrating is sound. Is when people are just using their phone on its own, no microphone, no nothing, and they're trying to give a presentation or they're trying to do a piece to camera in a crowded room. You see it in videos from London, and they're talking, and you cannot make them out because there's so many voices, and it just sounds terrible. And the mic sort of hunts everywhere, so you've got the levels going up and down. It just is. It's a real baddie. It's a real
It,
stinker.
it is a stinker. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? We touched on it on the big chat we just had on Facebook Live, but I think people forgive a lot. But if they can't hear you, then they'll just switch off.
Oh, totally. One of my favourites though, is when it's okay. So I've had so many of these videos, and I'm just going to demonstrate it for you. So what happens is, the person can't see the monitor, right? They can't see the actual screen. They've got their phone. See, this would be great, so you can see yourself. They've got it like this when they're filming. So this is what they can see. So during chatting, this happens. They're like, I'm talking, talking, talking. I'm doing a lovely piece to camera, and then just slowly the camera starts to fall until essentially that. And what's even funnier is I've been sent those videos as like here's content to put in, and you're just looking at it going, good. I mean, you could have sent me a potato. That would have been better. But
I know. It's like composition as well, I think is the thing. When people send a video and it's like that.
totally, I know, I know. It's
Where
it,
are
it's
you?
it's
Where is
so,
that person?
it's
Where's
so funny. We were
people
talking about
like
it in the
this?
main chat. We were saying in the main one that like when you take a picture on your phone, you get on some phones you get a vastly different field of view framing to what you do when you do a video. So you might set it up and looking for like a sort of this type of shot, and that's what you will get on a photo. But then when you actually go into video mode, it just is. Like
So true.
that.
I think the thing with all of this, and the thing is, it's like me and Tom, we make videos together all the time, and we make videos for clients, and Tom is the person who films all my videos that are on YouTube. Um, we take time framing those shots, doing those sound checks, and that is really what I would encourage people to do. Is don't just go for it. Like set the shot up and think about the framing, think about the background, think about the sound, and watch it back. And if you're not happy, make some changes. Like, it's a process, isn't it? It's not live television, or it doesn't have to be live television.
It doesn't have to be. And not be funny, if on the rare occasion that you just go for it and you end up ripping like an absolutely brilliant video, how soul destroying is it going to be when you play it back? And this is what you filmed. Hey, welcome to my presentation. This is going to be talking about that. You're just going to feel gutted. So just take that time and set it up properly.
And I think it's that planning thing, isn't it? Before we did the Facebook Live, we were on Skype together for 30 minutes talking about how we were going to structure that conversation, how it was going to run. And it's that preparation process for me. We talked a bit about this on that live where we said, look, when we make a video, we know what that video is going to look like before we even get on site. Like we've already decided what the content will roughly be and what it's going to look like before we even get there, so that you're not trying to reinvent the wheel all the time as soon as you pick up the camera.
Totally. Yeah, just have a clear idea. What's your message? It's like you always say about the think, feel, and do. What do you want people to take away from it? The most important thing is have an idea of what you're trying to sort of achieve from it. Yeah. What's your overall message? Work harder, work faster, whatever it is, and just align it to that.
I think one final thing that is interesting to talk about before we stop this chat is I think the camera sees through people. So I think when it comes, I do a lot of training, obviously, with people for on stage and on camera. But I think on camera, the camera just sees through you. So if you're not being authentic, it's really, really obvious. And I think for me, that's another thing that I can't bear to see when people aren't being themselves on camera. But that's pretty hard to achieve, isn't it? It takes time.
It is hard to achieve, and you're right, it does take time. It takes a lot of time getting used to looking at yourself and seeing yourself and understanding that really people don't particularly care because it's what's coming out of your mouth that they're more interested in. And it's just one of those things where the more you do it, the more you're gonna just become, it's going to become second nature. And it's taking those opportunities to get in front of camera, whatever you're doing, whether it's talking to your webcam, to your phone, to the mirror, or if a crew's coming through your office and they ask you to do an interview, just go for it, just do it, because it's ultimately going to make you better.
Yeah, absolutely. You've just got to throw yourself in and give it a whirl and have a go. And the more and more you do it, the better you'll become. And just as you said, the more authentic you'll be able to be. But yeah, so thanks, Tom. Thank you for joining me for that quick chat. Just to say, for people watching this video, Tom and I had a 30-minute plus chat on Facebook Live just now, and that video in full is on my Facebook group page, and I'll put that link below, so you can just go on there and take a look. Every Friday, I chat to an industry expert. I'm going to be talking to Tom a lot more. There are a lot of videos that we're going to be making about things like how to look good on camera, how to answer difficult questions on camera, how to beat the fear of being on camera, all sorts of stuff. But if there's anything in particular that you'd like me to talk to Tom about, then just pop it below. But thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.